I am both honored and proud to do my task for this afternoon, to introduce to you the commencement speaker, who I have known in a personal capacity as her teacher and club moderator in college. And I've gotten reacquainted with her in an official capacity as the then scholarship director when she became one of our scholarship benefactors. I came to know her when she was an accounting student here in the Ateneo, but I got to know her better outside the classroom as a member of a college singing group where I was the moderator. Initially, my impression of her was of someone who did not mince words. She spoke her mind, but she was also, on the other hand, a kind and generous person, loyal to friends and acquaintances. And never in my wildest dreams did I ever imagine that one day I would introduce her to you as our commencement speaker. But I should have seen it coming. Ruth Yu-Owen. Her story is quite admirable, something short of a fairy tale. She grew from a humble home as a hard-working schoolgirl, and through pure grit, metamorphosed into a savvy, big-hearted businesswoman she is today. And she has broken, as they say, glass windows in her field. After she got her Bachelor of Science in Commerce major in accounting in 1986 from the Ateneo de Zamboanga, she went on to apply her skills in the corporate world, initially working as an account executive in various companies, but eventually making her mark in the shipping industry with Smith Bell Shipping Incorporated, a United Kingdom-based shipping company that has been in the Philippines for quite a long time. This is where she broke the proverbial glass ceiling in a male-dominated industry. Her determination and hard work has made her rise from the ranks to become the company's youngest vice president at the tender age of 29. Her pioneering spirit took her from the shipping industry to the world of renewable energy, long before renewable energy was a byword in the Philippines. From 2005 to 2007, she was vice president of Smith Bell Mini Hydro Corporation and oversaw the development of mini hydro power projects in the Philippines. She also became the president of San Carlos Wind Power Corporation, a company that developed a 30-megawatt wind power project in San Carlos City, Negros Occidental. This venture into renewable energy shaped her passion to see the Philippines use its natural resources to create more impact. Today, Ruth is the president and CEO of PhilCarbon, a dynamic company with a growing portfolio of renewable energy projects at various stages of development in the wind, hydropower, biomass, and geothermal sectors. PhilCarbon is a registered energy service company with the Department of Energy. As one of the leaders in the energy sector, Ruth holds senior positions in Upgrade Energy Philippines and Megawatt Clean Energy companies. She is co-chairperson of the Energy Committee of the EU-Philippine Business Network and Vice President for External Affairs of the Philippine Energy Efficiency Alliance. Besides her business savvy, her powerful networking skills, and faithful walk-the-talk attitude, Ruth has a huge heart and strongly supports paying it forward. Having grown up in Zamboanga City and graduated from Ateneo de Zamboanga, Ruth keeps coming back to her roots to help others. For many of you here today, Ruth has been a significant part of your college education through the Pan Cada Dia program. She is its founding benefactor, and she continues to support the program by organizing activities such as golf tournaments to raise funds for this food subsidy program. After the tragic Riba fire of July 2016, she was among the first alumni to help in the rebuilding efforts through the Rise Campaign Fund, which she currently chairs. More recently, she has been elected to the Board of Trustees of the Ateneo de Zamboanga University. Her acts of altruism extend beyond the university. She is co-founder of Connected Women, a tech-powered social impact startup dedicated to improving the lives of Filipino women through work-from-home job opportunities. She also regularly volunteers in outreach activities organized by the Philippine Marines, such as the All-in-One Mission for the Children in conflict-affected areas of Sulu, and the Lingkod Timog Project for the people in depressed areas in Mindanao. She also is an advocate of the Art of Living Foundation, an international non-government organization present in more than 150 countries, providing trauma relief programs to disaster-stricken areas. As an alumna, Ruth has made her alma mater proud with all her professional achievements. As an Atenean, her care and concern for others, her social, civic advocacies, and volunteer work have edified the university. This, I believe, is what makes her worthy of speaking before you today. Thus, without further ado, it is my utmost honor to introduce to you Ms. Ruth Yu-Owen.
Thank you, Shing. I think you've said everything. I don't think I need to do my speech. Oh my God, how did I get here? I'm so excited to see all of you. So late last year, Father Carol kind of nonchalantly asked me, Ruth, what are you doing March 24 next year? I'm like, I don't know, Father. Can you be our commencement speaker? I was like, what? Did he say commencement speaker? I wasn't sure. I thought, wow, that's mind-blowing. So I thought, well, that's next year, it's fine. Consequently, I have been very, very stressed. I have been very, very pressured to come up with a speech for you, but I will try my best. Efren Wee, Chairman of the Board of Trustees of the Ateneo de Zamboanga University. Reverend Father Carol San Juan of the Society of Jesus, University President. Reverend Father Marcos Louis Catalan, Jr. of the Society of Jesus, Vice President for Education, for Higher Education. Reverend Father Willie Sampson of the Society of Jesus, Vice President for Formation. Reverend Richard Elia of the Society of Jesus, Vice President for Administration. Reverend Father Stephen Abuan of the Society of Jesus, Vice President for Basic Education, Deans of Colleges and Schools, Attorney Gian Paulo Enriquez, President of the Ateneo Alumni Association, members of the President Council, the University Administration, faculty and staff, parents, where are you? Parents? And the stars of this show, graduates of 2018. Good afternoon. It's great to be back. You know, Shing Balatbat has this shirt that says, Ateneo, I spent many happy years there. You know, that resonates so much to me and, you know, some of my friends. Hanging out at the prefect of freshmen, Sir Emir Espano, right? We hang out there because it was the coolest thing to do. We love hanging out there. There were so many dramas that happened there. You know, Salao, Salt Community. Who are the Salt Community members here? Cool. And the old gymnasium, how can you forget that? So many happy memories. I was talking to Attorney Castillo earlier, and we say, you know, Ateneo is slightly different now, but, you know, because the gymnasium has burned down, but the spirit of Ateneo is still here. And of course, the backfield, I had my first kiss in the backfield. I have other stories that I'm not allowed to say because Father Carl said it's kind of formal. I'm Chinese, Tausug. Some says it's a lethal combination. Lethal. I'm partly indigenous and proud of it. Maingat ako mag-Tausug. Tausug here? So proud, so proud. Okay. So I grew up here. Growing up was touch and go for me and my sister Sue. So we come from a poor family, as Shing said earlier. My father didn't have a regular income. My mom was a housewife, and money was very, very tight. I nearly didn't finish school. You know, one day my father said, come here. So called me and my sister, and so we said, what is it? He said, you're not going to college. And we said, but why? So because we don't have money. And so, you know, I was crying every night because I wanted to go to school. I was top of my class. And in my young mind, I was thinking, this is so unfair. You know, fortunately, my mother, bless her, she had plan B. Mom always has plan B, right? Yes? Okay. So my mom had plan B. So she asked my auntie, who's her sister, she was a widow, she said, you know, send them to school, and she did. And that changed my life forever. And I'm sure a lot of people here can relate to that. So I was a working student, you know, I've taught at the St. Joseph Church where they have this nursery school. I go there in the morning. In the afternoon, I come to school. And during my break, instead of hanging out with friends, I will run out and do tutoring so I can earn my pocket money. And so I graduated in 1986, 32 years ago. BSc major in accountancy. And I don't really remember the commencement speaker. So I wouldn't blame you if you don't. But, so my friend Honey reminded me it was Raul Manglapus. It would be interesting to see if you guys remember this one. So like you now, I remember being very happy and excited. I see you and, you know, memories come flooding through. I couldn't wait to start the next chapter of my life. I'm sure you all are very, very excited. But wait, I had to review for the CPA board exams. Accountancy, where are you? Oh, there! So, I was not interested in reviewing at all. I was running around with my boyfriend then. Absolutely no interest. So I know many of you can relate to that, right? Running around with your boyfriends. Yes? So when the results came out, Guess what? My name was not there. I failed. I failed my family, my mom especially, and I failed myself. I didn't leave the house for days, until finally my sister said, okay, there's work. Somewhere there, it's a hole in the wall, and, I was typing every morning and then filing. And from day one, I said, I need to get out of here. I don't belong here. But because I needed to survive, I did the job. And you will find yourself doing that. My next job was in sales at an international logistics company. No, wait. I was selling encyclopedias. I sold encyclopedias and hated it. So you're knocking from door to door. At my job interview, the manager said, we have a car plan. This is a show of character. Can you drive? Without batting an eyelash, I said, yeah. So I turned around that afternoon, I asked my boyfriend, syempre boyfriend, dami pakinabang. I said, can you teach me how to drive my car? He said, I thought you know how to drive. I said, no, I just wanted the car, right? So anyway, so I got the car, I started driving. So I had about 20 years of career in international shipping that changed overnight in 2017. I was fired. I had this career for 16 years. I thought, I want to retire here. And then one day something happened and I was fired. What was that all about? So I did the next sensible thing. I put up my own company. Right? You get fired, you put up your own company. Easy, right? No. It's not easy. It's very, very hard. I'm sure those of you that have started your own business know that when you start a company, your income is low, right? You worry about salaries, you worry about rent, bills, and you're the last one to get paid. Sila anay. Pag-aanay ko ng mga gente before you get anything. In project development, it's feast or famine. Abon na anay, and our payday, we have this big payday where we get lots of monies, millions. But it takes a long time. You need to have patience, and that taught me a lot about patience. Meantime, gutom. So it was hard. There were days I didn't want to get out of bed. And if I did, I felt like I needed to go back to bed and stay there. I was interviewed in Bloomberg, and then the guy that was asking me this question said, if there's anything you want to change in your life, what would it be? I said, nothing. Nothing at all. Because whatever happened to me is, makes me the person, of who I am now. I can show you all the scars. So, it's not all fun. But I love what I do. Like Shing said, I build solar farm, solar roof. Do you know Ateneo has a solar roof? Yes? Yes, that solar roof? I did not make that. I did not build that. I just needed to have a word with Father Karel. Up to this day, I think, this is... But there you are. That's what I do. So I'm not an engineer. I'm an accountant, never practiced. But I own a company that builds power plant. How did that happen? I don't know. Don't ask me. I don't know. What I know for sure is I love what I do. I'm passionate about it. I wake up every day and say to myself, I love my job. So presently, I have 2 hydropower projects in Zamboanga and several rooftop projects. I'm working with the city of Zamboanga on bringing Zamboangueños back to invest and help the city. Isita kita liya baka di aton mga kompoblanos, bira ole na Zamboanga para ayuda ko na syudad. So through La Hermandad Zamboangueña, of which I am also a member, we intend to do this as well, as we also send around 50 scholars to school. And I have reinvented myself. I'm 53 years old. I am in tech. Isn't that cool? Who's in tech here? Technology? I am a co-founder of Connected Women. It's a tech startup for women. We aim to match 30,000 women with jobs in 5 years, working from home. Oh, diba? Isn't that an ambitious objective? My co-founder, Gina Romero, I think is here. I hope she's not. So you know what I learned about myself? It's hard for me to be a bystander. Hindi ko pwede kills, I just stand there and listen to someone suffering and see someone suffer. That's why I get myself into trouble. So Pan Kada Dia in 2005, Shing brought up this idea. Ruth, in Davao they have the daily bread. They find that there are scholars that, drop out of school because they're hungry. They're intelligent, but their parents cannot afford to send them to school. So they said, why don't we do that in Zamboanga? Let's chavacanize it. Ashing? Daily bread, pan kada dia. That's how it started. The Shuhuayu pan kada dia in memory of my sister. My sister was an Atenean. She was mass comm graduate, class 84. She died in a vehicular accident. But I thought, make her life worth something. Do something for the better good. So we picked that up. I provided the seed money, asked my friends to give some money so we can kickstart it. We can start feeding students. 2 months later, I asked Shing, how many are we feeding? And Shing said, na, 0. Nuay, por qué man? Nuay. I said, you're not promoting it. Ablale, no, Ruth, we go from classroom to classroom, giving this, notices saying, okay, so 1 month after that, Shing rang me and said, I have someone for you. I said, great. And he said, he came to my office pretending to check on his scholarship status. Before he sat down, he broke down. This person broke down. He started crying. Ablale, Sir Shing, cuánto día yo hindi takome? Porque man tunay man avail ko ng pan kada dia. Ben kere gatyo, sir, kaya lang ben chene gatyo huya. Porque kita chene huya? Do you know that the Jesuit actually started education to transform society so that they can serve the poor? Because of the quality of education of Ateneo, we have a lot of rich people here. But I was just talking to Shing. It's about 35% are scholars. 35% are scholars. No one should apologize for being poor. No one. Nobody. It's not a curse. You can change it. This is why you graduate. You have that education. You use it to change your lives. So, I'm also a peace volunteer. I go to Sulu. My husband says, where are you going? I'm going to read to children. And he goes, okay, when are you coming back? I said, next week. And then I'll post something on Facebook and he goes, you went to Sulu. My friends say, Ruth, why do you go to Sulu? Si kere man tu ayuda, akiya lang na Zamboanga, Serca, it's safe. I say exactly the reason why I'm in Sulu. Kasi mga gente tiene miedo andalya. Aki manada gente pwede ayuda. Alya, if you see the conditions of how people live, they have one doctor amongst tens of thousands of people. One doctor. I cannot change that overnight, but for me, when I go there, I feel like I needed to go back because it's never enough. I just feel like that. I don't know why. I'm strange. So, we also started, I would like to thank Ateneo de Zamboanga for supporting shoe boxes for soldiers in Marawi. We spearheaded that. Did you guys help out on that? Yes. Last December, we gave 1,000 Christmas boxes to kids in Sulu. You know, I see the photos. You know, the Marines are telling me that some of these children have actually opened a gift for the first time ever in their entire life. That's 1,000 Christmas boxes. You can change people's lives like that. And those, you know, they say, yeah, you can do it because you're rich. Kasi Rico too. I'm not rich. I'm a connector. I get my friends to pay for it. I talk about Sulu. I talk about the conflict and make sure that they understand what they can do for others. Okay, and the Rise Capital campaign. So, you know, when the gymnasium burned down, el mga classmates niyo, numaandalya kay baka pidi ka naton donations kaya kema el gym, right? We're all like hiding. So I was like, I came here, I was curious. I said, Father Carl, what can we do to help? And Father Carl said, like, really, you know, we don't know, I don't know, there's so many things. Okay. So what I started was I just organized a few influential alumni in Manila, hosted lunch, got someone to do a structured fundraising, and that's how we kickstarted Rise. Because I posted something on Facebook about the fire, someone actually called me, a very wealthy person, and said, I want to help Ateneo. And I said, why? Did you go to Ateneo? No. I went to La Salle. Yeah, so I said, okay, so but why Ateneo? Because my father went to Ateneo de Zamboanga. So he said initially, I don't know, Ruth, maybe I will name a room in my father's name. I said, room? You're a billionaire. You can afford to name your father in a building, naming rights, right? And he goes, I think that's a good idea. So we were able to convince him, and the rest is history. You know, what I noticed is that when you ask for help, people are more than happy. People want to help. People will private message me on Facebook saying, how can I help? So, anyway, you're wondering, kusa man si Ele? Shing said so many things about her. I don't even recognize some of that. But you must be thinking, does she have a life? Of course. I'm happily married to a British guy. He's Welsh. Oh, diba? Diyan yung love light, may forever. And we have a boy. He's 26. His name is Thomas. He's a good boy. He lives and works in London. So I needed to say that because the last time I was interviewed, my son said, Mom, you didn't mention me. So, kwan lang kel, para, just to appease him. I love playing golf. I love to dance. I work out. And believe it or not, I like to sit down for 30 minutes every day to meditate. It keeps my sanity. So how did I end up here? 4 years of Ateneo, while it was not clear in my head about the values that is rammed down to our throat. Men and women for others, service to others, transform society. Kosamanse, what does that mean? You know, when I was in college, I was like, kosamanse. But you know what? It was it was not clear here, but it was very, very clear here, in my heart, what it meant. So what you guys have is a Jesuit education, and it's the best in the world, right? Is it the best in the world? You have been equipped, go and be relevant in transforming our society. You are millennials. You live and breathe social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Use technology to initiate movements, to make a difference in people's lives. Change lives. Be of help. Always help when you can. Help one person, one day at a time. Na maabla say, SL tayo dala ba manada, hindi yo sa kaya. One person, check out the person next to you. Before you know it, you're helping so many people. It's a ripple effect. You follow your heart and your intuition. I did. Do not wait to be invited to make a difference in the world. Spread your wings, eagles. Come back to your nest to help your city and your school. That's a code for stop hiding when there's fundraising. So that, in a nutshell, is my story. But I was inspired a few weeks back when I was here for the scholarship, for the Scholars and Benefactors Day. This is a story of a scholar. He was one of 5. When he was 11, he lost his father. He said he listened to his mother cry every night. She had no idea how to raise 5 children. To survive, his mother had to take odd jobs like washing clothes for others and selling stuff just to get food on the table. She cried when she has no pocket money for her kids to go to school. He went through rough times, but lucky to have a scholarship with Ateneo. He was lucky to have foster parents who fed him. There are angels around. By the grace of God, todo el mga anak, scholars, all 5. Amazing, right? Because El Nana Nuayman gave up on her 5 children to get a better shot in life. And one of these kids, one of the 5 kids, is graduating today. Bachelor of Science in Electronics and Communications Engineering. Clifford Balita, can you stand up, please? And where's your mom? Mrs. Balita. Oh, there you are. Thank you. You are my hero. You are the reason why I do what I do and will continue on doing. Gracias a todo and vaya con Dios.